Part of the reason why we've come through to help CL is because of the elements at play that don't make sense. When you are in a situation that is life-threatening and you're in a kind of a slow upward growth, there are a few things you need to be careful of. The first is your trajectory, where you're going. CL didn't really have a plan necessarily, and he kind of gave that plan to Stephanie with his online course. And he was so disillusioned about his experience, partly because he lost a lot of his own vision with what happened to him in the summer of 2020. He just lost himself. The trauma was so severe, he forgot major parts of his life, or so he felt. He couldn't really think about things very much. The abuse that he experienced with Stephanie may actually be unknown to her due to her own emotional patterns and personal justifications. Before he met Tara, he had dated Kim Starkey. And with Kim, it was kind of the same situation. Because CL has the inability to see people the way they show up, it's more like they're not able to show up without shrinking because it's too humiliating for him. And they'll know that. And so they have to shrink, which means they can't really express their truth. And so what will happen is CL will feel as though he's not getting truth. He's not getting the honesty that he would need in order to invest or in order to navigate the connection. And what would happen is that women would communicate to him in ways that would communicate their needs, but he is not able to see that, and he's not able to see things that would communicate things that they would need to see in order to realize that there's actually something wrong with CL, in a sense, in the conventional societal sense. Instead of advocating for pharmaceutical help, Stephanie would shrink his ability to notice his own pain. Basically, like when someone goes through severe trauma as a child, they end up going through life not experiencing the pain of the trauma. They hum it down. And that's what she did to him. This is extremely abusive and very, very unkind and so detrimental to the progress of the human being because they don't know where it is, so they lose it completely for the rest of their lives. And she did this several times to him, even without him knowing. This abuse alone in the future will dictate jail time. The things that Stephanie has done is abusive in a way that we have yet to necessarily calculate as a society because of the belief systems that we have so far.